Yang Chunbakshu took a brutal cut. 900 million lost for nothing. Tang Su truly felt the sting. Still, 10 million would be enough to save Xiaoshan. She called the kidnappers, confirming they were waiting at the cliffside in Nanshan, then immediately rushed over without delay, card in hand. By the time Tang Su arrived at Nanshan, it was nearly noon. A tall, burly man met her at the foot of the mountain. The moment he saw her, he approached aggressively. "Where's the bank card? We need to verify it first." Tang Su naturally hesitated to hand it over. She eyed him warily. "I want to see Xiaoshan first. Until I confirm he's safe, I won't give you the card." "What? Trying to negotiate with me?" The man sneered contemptuously. "Let me make this clear. You have no right to bargain. Hand over the card. Otherwise, I'll call my partner right now and have the kid killed." Her heart pounded violently. She knew the man wasn't bluffing. Clutching the card tightly, she didn't want to lose her final leverage, but Xiaoshan's life was not a gamble she could afford. "Give it. Cooperate, and I guarantee the boy will be fine. Refuse, and you'll be picking up his corpse." Seeing the man pull out his phone to call his accomplice, Tang Su dared not resist any longer. She quickly handed over the bank card. The man used a POS machine to confirm the funds, then grabbed Tang Su's arm and shoved her into a van, dragging her up the mountain. At the edge of the cliff, Tang Su finally saw Xiaoshan. But she never expected two other people to be there, people she least anticipated. Lu Huizhua, Lin Yanyan. "Azhua, please don't let Xiaoshan die, okay?" Lin Yanyan appeared to have been kidnapped as well. Lu Huizhua stood coldly on the mountaintop. Clearly, he had come here to save Lin Yanyan. Both Lin Yanyan and Xiaoshan were being held at the edge of a cliff by the kidnappers. With just a little more force from their hands, they would be pushed down into the bottomless abyss. "Xiaoshan!" Tang Su stared deeply at Xiaoshan, who was being pinned at the cliff's edge by two burly men. Tears rolled down her cheeks uncontrollably. Her Xiaoshan looked even more haggard than before, but thankfully, there were no visible injuries on his body. He probably hadn't suffered too much in the kidnappers' hands. After all, Xiaoshan was only 3.5 years old. No matter how intelligent or mature he seemed, facing vicious criminals like these, he couldn't help but feel fear. His small face showed clear terror, but the moment he saw Tang Su crying, all traces of fear vanished, replaced with deep Xin tongue and urgency. "Mommy, don't cry!" Xiaoshan lifted the corners of his lips, his eyes slightly crinkling. His little face suddenly looked bright and radiant. "Mommy, Xiaoshan is fine. I'm not hurt at all. Mommy, I've been doing so well, really well. Mommy, please don't cry." "Xiaoshan, Mommy won't cry," Tang Su said quickly, not wanting to make him worry. Thinking of the kidnapper's promise, she turned to them anxiously. "I've already given you the money. Let Xiaoshan go now." "Lu Third Young Master, have you made your decision? Which one will live, the child or this woman?" The kidnapper leader pointed at Xiaoshan, then at Lin Yanyan, speaking maliciously to Lu Huizhua. Hearing this, Tang Su's face instantly changed. She shouted desperately at the kidnapper leader. "Let Xiaoshan go. You can't break your word. You promised that if I gave you 10 million, you wouldn't harm Xiaoshan." She shouted desperately at the kidnapper leader. "Let Xiaoshan go. You can't break your word. You promised that if I gave you 10 million, you wouldn't harm Xiaoshan." The kidnapper leader remained calm and unflustered. "That's right, I did promise. If you handed over 10 million, I guarantee this kid stays unharmed. Look how well he is now. I haven't let him suffer a single scratch. I merely placed his life in Lu Third Young Master's hands. As long as he chooses for the boy to live, Xiaoshan will survive and live a long life." "Lu Third Young Master, which one should die, the child or the woman?" The kidnapper leader sneered with pure malice, making Tang Su want to smash his head in rage. "Let them go. Let them go." Lu Huizhua glanced at Tang Su, his eyes complex. He never expected that she had truly wanted that 10 million to save Xiaoshan. Last night, when she auctioned her first dance at Yangchun by Shui, she must have truly been at her wit's end. And yet, he had trampled on her dignity like that. Thinking of this, Lu Huizhua felt a pang in his chest. But remembering how low she had stooped to save this illegitimate child, an indescribable anger rose within him. "Lu Third Young Master, I told you, today, only one of them can live. Let them go. I'll give you 100 million. Lu Huizhua stared coldly at the kidnapper leader. The overwhelming pressure radiating from him forced the kidnapper leader to instinctively take a step back. But recalling Lin Yanyan's instructions, he steeled himself and spoke again. "Lu Third Young Master, I'll count to 3. If you still can't decide by then, both of them die. 1. Azhua, save Xiaoshan. Please, save Xiaoshan." Tang Su feared that Lu Huizhua might abandon Xiaoshan for Lin Yanyan. Her voice choked with sobs as she cried out. "Azhua, I didn't lie to you. Xiaoshan is truly your biological son. That paternity test was real. He really is your child. You can't let Xiaoshen die. Azwa, please save Xiaoshen. Tears sparkled in Lin Yanyan's eyes as she gazed pitifully at Lu Huaizhua. Huaizhua, don't worry about me. Save Xiaoshen. Even though my sister has done many terrible things to me, she's still my sister. Even if we share no blood, we grew up together. Our bond since childhood can't simply be broken. Huaizhua, I don't want my sister to suffer so much. So please, give me up. Huaizhua, I know you care for me, but if you choose Xiaoshen over me, I won't blame you. I truly won't. The kidnapper suddenly tightened his grip, and the knife pressed against Lin Yanyan's neck sliced a deep gash into her skin. She couldn't help but cry out in pain, but the next second, she forced a gentle, tender smile toward Lu Huaizhua. Huaizhua, it doesn't hurt, really. It doesn't hurt at all. Huaizhua, save Xiaoshen. He's just a child. He's more important than I am. Though Lin Yanyan kept urging Lu Huaizhua to save Xiaoshen, Tang Su knew she wasn't being sincere. Lu Huaizhua already cared deeply for her. Her pretending to sacrifice herself would only make him less likely to let her go. 2. Hearing the kidnapper leader's voice, Tang Su's heart leapt into her throat. She rushed forward and tightly grabbed the hem of Lu Huaizhua's clothes. Azwa, save Xiaoshen. If you don't save him, they'll push him off. Azwa, you can't abandon Xiaoshen. You can't abandon our child. 3. The kidnapper leader laughed sinisterly. Well, Lu, third young master, still undecided. Unable to contain her panic any longer, Tang Su collapsed onto her knees, tears pouring down. Azwa, save Xiaoshen. Please, save him. Save our Xiaoshen. Lin Yanyan continued her dramatic performance. Huaizhua, say something quickly. Give me up and choose Xiaoshen. Otherwise, they'll kill Xiaoshen. Huaizhua, speak up. I won't allow you to harm Yanyan. Finally, Lu Huaizhua spoke. At the sound of his voice, the corner of Lin Yanyan's lips involuntarily curled upward. But Tang Su's heart plummeted straight into the depths of hell. If he forbade them from harming Lin Yanyan, then her Xiaoshen would have to die. No, she couldn't accept this ending. Azwa, save Xiaoshen. Please save Xiaoshen. Tang Su prostrated herself on the ground, kowtowing heavily to Lu Huaizhua. Bright red blood seeped from her forehead, but she seemed unaware. She continued bowing, again and again. Azwa, please save our Xiaoshen. Please save him. I can't live without Xiaoshen. I can't lose our Xiaoshen. Azwa, please. Blood mixed with tears, staining Tang Su's delicate face crimson. She clutched Lu Huaizhua's wrist desperately, as if grasping the only piece of driftwood in a vast, endless sea. Azwa, please save Xiaoshen, okay? If you're willing to save him, I'll do anything for you. Yes, I'll serve you like an ox or a horse. As your slave, as your servant, I'll do anything. Azwa, save him, okay? He wanted Xiaoshen dead, for Lin Yanyan. Lu Huaizhua didn't speak immediately. His gaze slowly swept across Lin Yanyan's tear-streaked face, then finally settled on Xiaoshen. The little boy stood rigid, his small shoulders trembling slightly from time to time. Lu Huaizhua knew he must be terrified of death too. No one, adult or child, would willingly choose despair and death while still breathing, still able to live. Xiaoshen was only 3.5 years old. Yet this little boy was different from other children his age in many ways. At the brink of life and death, most children would already be screaming in panic, crying uncontrollably, but Xiaoshen remained eerily calm. He simply stared at Tang Su without blinking, eyes filled with tenderness, deep sorrow, and heart-wrenching concern. Meeting Xiaoshen's gaze, even though Lu Huaizhua was certain the boy couldn't be his child, he still felt a sharp pang in his chest. How could such a mature child exist in this world? Unafraid of falling into an endless abyss, yet fearing only that his mother would grieve, would suffer unbearable pain. Instinctively, Lu Huaizhua reached out, wanting to pull the boy back from the cliff's edge. His hand froze midair as he suddenly realized what he had done. He hastily withdrew it, nearly flustered. Now, not only Xiaoshen's life was at stake, Lin Yanyan's life hung in the balance too. He couldn't afford even the slightest loss of control. Azwa, please, I beg you, save Xiaoshen. I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to scare you. If anything happens to him today, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Azwa, please. I'm begging you. Tang Su continued banging her head on the ground. In an instant, her delicate face was covered in blood. Even so, covered in blood as she was, Lu Huaizhua could still clearly see the agony, despair, and helplessness etched on her face. His chest tightened. He almost lost control, wanting desperately to pull her into his arms. But then he remembered the price Lin Yanyan had paid to save him. In the end, he forced himself to remain cold toward her. Tang Su, I can't let anything happen to Yanyan. Tang Su lifted her face. She knelt there, stunned, forgetting even to continue pleading. So no matter how much she begged, in his heart, Lin Yanyan would always come first. She had known all along this would be the outcome. Yet even so, she couldn't bear the thought of anything happening to Xiaoshen. Tang Su turned to the kidnapper leader, begging desperately. Take me. Kill me. Just let Xiaoshen go. Please, don't hurt my baby. Tang Su, we have no use for your life. The kidnapper leader's words drowned her shattered heart in a flood of despair. He stopped looking at Tang Su and coldly ordered his men, since third young master Lu has made his choice, what are you waiting for? Send this brat to his grave. He stopped looking at Tang Su and coldly ordered his men, since third young master Lu has made his choice, what are you waiting for? Send this brat to his grave. No! Tang Su screamed as if her soul were being torn apart. She tried to rush forward and grab her son, but two burly men held her shoulders tightly. She couldn't reach him. Mom, don't cry, Xiaoshen said, his eyes red-rimmed, yet no tears fell. He forced his lips into a smile, bright and radiant just like always. Mom, don't cry. Xiaoshen doesn't like seeing Mom cry. Xiaoshen. Tang Su's tears fell one after another. How could she not cry at this moment of final farewell? Mom, Xiaoshen likes seeing you smile. I want you to be happy every single day. Xiaoshen's smile grew even brighter. He gazed deeply at Tang Su, turning all his fear into profound longing. Mom, from now on, you have to smile every day. Only when you smile can Xiaoshen be happy. Mom, I don't like that bad man anymore. I don't have a father. He paused, then added, Mom, don't you like him either, okay? That bad man only makes you cry, only brings you pain. Xiaoshen doesn't want you to love him. Xiaoshen, Mom doesn't love him. Mom only wants you. Mom can't lose you. Tang Su struggled violently. Let me go. Let me go. I need to find Xiaoshen. I need my baby. Third young master Lu. Xiaoshen's gaze slowly shifted from Tang Su to Lu Huaizhua. You're not worthy of being my father. You're even less worthy of my mother. Third young master Lu, I curse you. To a lifetime of loneliness, forever yearning, never attaining. Mom, I miss Uncle Emo. If you ever see him again, tell him, don't be sad for me. Mom, I love you. As soon as Xiaoshen finished speaking, the two men holding him suddenly shoved hard, pushing him off the cliff. Xiaoshen! Tang Su screamed with all her might. The men instantly released her and quickly dragged Lin Yanyan away to ensure their own safety. Once free, Tang Su lunged wildly toward the cliff's edge. Xiaoshen! Xiaoshen, come back! She stretched out her hands, desperate to catch her son, but below the cliff, thick mist obscured everything. Where was her Xiaoshen? Unaware, Tang Su's eyes had filled with blood-tinged tears. The vast white fog gradually turned crimson. In the overwhelming sea of red, she seemed to see a graceful youth approaching like moonlight, whispering affectionately in her ear. Azwa, my dream is to become the greatest perfumer in the world. What about you? My dream is to become the best husband for Su. What kind of dream is that? No. Azwa, say something else. Then my dream is to become the best father for Su's child. Su, all my dreams are about you. Azwa, my dreams include you too. Tang Su blankly lifted her face. Then what? Then, for Lin Yanyan, he abandoned her, abandoned Xiaoshen. Then, she lost her husband, and Xiaoshen lost his father. Azwa, in the end, you betrayed the dreams of our youthful years. Azwa, in the end, you became someone else's Azwa. Pain surged through Tang Su's heart like a tidal wave, suffocating her. Yet strangely, she found she could no longer cry. Slowly, she rose to her feet, her eyes hollow as they stared into the mist below the cliff. Suddenly, the corner of her lips curled into a wide smile. Breathtaking, peerless in beauty, that radiant smile could outshine the warm sun above, yet upon that beautiful face, not a trace of life remained. She was already at the cliff's edge, yet she kept walking forward. Xiaoshen, Mom won't leave you alone. Wait for me. Mom is coming to join you. Azwa, you're dirty. After saying this, Tang Su summoned all her strength and was about to leap down from the cliff's edge. Tang Su! Lu Huaizhua strode forward quickly, tightly embracing Tang Su's body. He, a man so rigid and unyielding, trembled uncontrollably. Mr. Lu, let me go. I have to find Xiaoshen. Xiaoshen said he's so cold down there alone. I have to go to him. Tang Su, I'll send people to look for that bastard. I'll send people to find Xiaoshen. Don't do anything foolish. Foolish! Tang Su laughed, her eyes filled with bitter self-mockery. Living without Xiaoshen, that's the real foolishness. Living without Xiaoshen, that's the real foolishness. Gritting her teeth, Tang Su lunged forward wildly, but no matter how hard she struggled, she couldn't break free from Lu Huaizhua's iron grip. Let me go! Let me go! Tang Su thrashed like a trapped beast. Lu Huaizhua's eyes turned bloodshot. In one swift motion, he swept her up into his arms. Tang Su, I won't let you do anything stupid. Tang Su, don't go looking for Xiaoshen. I know this time I've wronged you, But Nian Nian saved my life. I can't just ignore whether she lives or dies. Just promise me you'll be okay, and we can start over. Tang Su. Tang Su. The woman in his arms suddenly became eerily still. Lu Huizhua thought she had finally listened to him, until he looked down and realized she had already fainted, completely motionless. Blood continued to stream from the wound on her forehead, and blood poured endlessly from the corner of her lips. So much blood, as if it would never stop. Su Su. Lu Huizhua's heart twisted with agony. Forgetting all about Lin Yan Yan, he clutched Tang Su and sprinted madly toward where he parked. He originally intended to take Tang Su straight back to Qianshui Bay and summon a private doctor, but when they reached the foot of the mountain, Tang Su unexpectedly woke up. Fearing she might once again try to kill herself over Xiao Shun, he was surprised when, after waking, she didn't scream or beg to join Xiao Shun, but instead remained unnaturally calm. And the deeper her silence ran, the more it tore at Lu Huizhua's soul. Su Su. Mr. Lu, please take me to Lu Lane. Tang Su said expressionlessly, as if her soul had long since scattered, leaving behind only a stiff, lifeless shell. Su Su Xiao Shun. Tang Su coolly cut him off. Mr. Lu, do yourself a favor, don't say Xiao Shun's name again. He thinks it's filthy. Lu Huizhua's chest tightened. In the past, if Tang Su dared speak to him like this, he would have snapped her neck without hesitation. But this time, knowing he was in the wrong, he stayed silent. The Koenigsegg sped swiftly through the night, arriving at Lu Lane in no time. Tang Su numbly opened the door. Seeing Lu Huizhua attempting to follow her inside, she finally reacted, quickly blocking the doorway, refusing to let him enter. Her voice remained strangely calm, devoid of joy or sorrow, as if heaven and earth, all worldly affairs, meant nothing to her anymore. Mr. Lu, please leave. Su Su. Before he could speak, Tang Su interrupted, her tone flat and emotionless. Mr. Lu, I know what you're worried about. You're afraid I'll take my own life. You're afraid I'll take my own life. Don't worry, I remember our agreement. That 100 million, you won't have spent it in vain. I'll stay alive. I'll continue being your mistress, so you can go now. With those words, Tang Su slammed the apartment door shut with all her strength. Once the door was sealed tight, she could no longer hold back. Leaning against it, her body slowly slid down, drained of every ounce of energy, collapsing onto the floor. Xiao Shun was gone. Xiao Shun's health had always been poor. Surviving a fall from such a high cliff was impossible. There was no way he could have lived. From such a height, there was no descent except death. She wouldn't even be able to find his body. Tang Su hugged her knees tightly, sobbing silently. Her Xiao Shun, her sweet, precious Xiao Shun, how could he be gone so suddenly? She truly hadn't been a good mother. Ever since his premature birth, Xiao Shun had lived with her in that sunless dungeon. She'd never given him a single day of happiness. Yet her Xiao Shun never blamed her. He always said she was the best mother in the world, the mother he loved most. Any other child, living day after day in that lightless hell, would have fallen into depression, gone mad, their psyche warped beyond repair. But her Xiao Shun, her little ray of sunshine, had always been warm and radiant, as if capable of sweeping away every shadow in the world. Her Xiao Shun was different from other children. Most toddlers at 4 or 5, or even 6, were still clueless infants. But her Xiao Shun had been mature from infancy. At just over a year old, he already knew to pick up a hot steam bun and hand it to his mother first. Her Xiao Shun was kind, optimistic, brave, always facing toward the light. Then why did the light itself refuse to shine upon him? Her perfect, beautiful Xiao Shun, finally swallowed by darkness. He had not even grown up, yet he had already withered away. Tang Su frantically raised her face, desperate to cry, to sob until rivers flooded, until tears flowed like the yellow river overflowing its banks. Yet she found, in despair, that no matter how much grief consumed her, her eyes were as dry as a desert, unable to shed a single tear. All she could do was whimper softly, like an abandoned little animal, expressing the desolation within her heart. Sometimes Tang Su truly thought fate was absurd. It always let people glimpse a sliver of light before hurling them into the deepest abyss. Just like when she had painstakingly raised 1 million yuan, full of hope, believing life finally held promise, that she could finally afford surgery for Xiao Shun. And then, that vicious criminal kidnapped Xiao Shun. No ransom paid, no mercy shown. No ransom paid, no mercy shown. A dead body delivered. She compromised. She sold herself, earned the ransom money. Holding that bank card, trembling with anticipation, walking so carefully only for what? For the rest of her life, she would never again be able to hug her Xiao Shun. Woo woo. Tang Su pressed her hands tightly over her mouth, clutching Xiao Shun's photo to her chest with such force that it seemed she wanted to crush it into her very bones. Only by holding that photo, so fiercely did she feel she could keep breathing. After Xiao Shun was pushed off the cliff, Lu Huizhua immediately dispatched a helicopter to search the base of the cliff. His assistant Ling Zhan led his men to retrieve Lin Nian. The kidnappers thought they could escape flawlessly using Lin Nian as a hostage, but apart from the ringleader, every other member was captured by Ling Zhan and handed over to the police. Tang Su remained curled up in her tiny world, clinging to Xiaoshen's photo. Tang Su remained curled up in her tiny world, clinging to Xiaoshen's photo. If it weren't for Qin Mayan coming to find her, staying by her side, she might have truly isolated herself from the world, waiting alone to die. The next morning, Tang Su finally received news about Xiaoshen. It was Lin Nian who brought her the message. Xiaoshen died without a whole body. Qin Mayan was worried about Tang Su's condition. She originally wanted to take leave and stay by her side in Lu Lane. But Gao Fenglan clung like chewing gum, showing up early in the morning, dragging and scolding her, forcing her to go to work. Not wanting Tang Su, who was already heartbroken, to be further distressed over Gao Fenglan, she ultimately decided to go to work first. Right after Qin Mayan left, Lin Nian arrived carrying a box. Earlier, Gao Fenglan had rushed Qin Mayan away in such a hurry that she didn't bother closing the door. Tang Su, in her dazed state, naturally hadn't thought of it either. This made it convenient for Lin Nian to walk right in. The apartment in Lu Lane was a two-story duplex. Tang Su wasn't downstairs. She was in Xiaoshen's room upstairs. The moment Lin Nian pushed open the door, she saw Tang Su curled up in the corner, disheveled and broken. The wound on Tang Su's forehead had been simply treated by Qin Mayan, but her clothes were still stained with blood. She hadn't changed at all, and now she looked utterly wretched. Seeing Tang Su like this, Lin Nian couldn't suppress the upward curve of her lips. But remembering why she had come today, she quickly wiped the smile off her face and forced herself to look sorrowful. She hugged the box tightly, walking in high heels with elegant poise. Sister, we haven't seen each other for just one day, and you've turned yourself into this pitiful mess. Lin Nian slowly approached Tang Su, looking down at her as if she were an insignificant ant. Sister, I know Xiaoshen's gone and you're devastated, but health is the foundation of everything. If you ruin your body like this, it'll affect you for life. Huaizhua and I are both heartbroken for you. Tang Su's heart ached unbearably. She didn't want to deal with Lin Nian. Coldly, she issued an order. Lin Nian, get out. You're not welcome here. Not welcome me? Lin Nian didn't get angry. Her voice grew even gentler. Sister, if you don't welcome me, does that mean you don't welcome your precious Xiaoshen either? Sister, if you don't welcome me, does that mean you don't welcome your precious Xiaoshen either? Tang Su instantly sensed the hidden meaning in Lin Nian's words. Just as she was about to demand an explanation, Lin Nian held out the box toward her. Sister, I've brought Xiaoshen back to you. Hearing this, Tang Su snatched the box from her hands, but it was frighteningly light. The box wasn't small, yet if Xiaoshen were inside, there was no way it could weigh so little. It was clearly just pieces of paper-like fabric. Lin Nian was playing with her. As if reading her mind, Lin Nian smirked maliciously. Sister, are you thinking this box can't possibly hold Xiaoshen, that I'm just fooling you? Sister, are you thinking this box can't possibly hold Xiaoshen, that I'm just fooling you? Sister, I swear on heaven and earth I'm not lying. Inside this box is truly your Xiaoshen. But not his corpse, not even his ashes, just... As she spoke, Lin Nian opened the box. Inside were several fragments of torn cloth, soaked in blood. Tang Su recognized the fabric. It was from the clothes Xiaoshen had worn when he was thrown off the cliff. Trembling, she reached out to grab the pieces, desperate to feel even a trace of warmth from her Xiaoshen. But something strange happened. Though the scraps were as light as feathers, no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't pick them up. Lin Nian continued speaking. Sister, do you know why I couldn't bring you Xiaoshen's body or his ashes, and only these torn rags instead? Because Xiaoshen was eaten alive by wild beasts at the bottom of the cliff, torn apart, devoured completely. He died without a whole body. Huaizhua was afraid you wouldn't be able to bear seeing those bloody chunks of flesh, so he only let me bring you these pieces of cloth. Lin Nian, what did you say? Tang Su suddenly lifted her head, staring at Lin Nian as if struck by lightning. She had already known that falling from such a height meant Xiaoshen couldn't have survived. But knowing and hearing it confirmed were two entirely different things. 1,000 arrows piercing her heart couldn't compare to even a fraction of the pain she felt now. I said, Lin Nian continued, her voice tinged with chilling hatred as she recalled the sight of Lu Huaizhua at the bottom of the cliff, the red-eyed, shattered man she had seen from the helicopter. I said your Xiaoshen is dead, torn apart and eaten by beasts at the bottom of the cliff. You won't even get to see his complete body. These scraps are stained with his blood, your Xiaoshen's blood. He's never coming back. Never. Sister, being eaten by wild beasts isn't pleasant. Tell me, if Xiaoshen still had a breath left after falling, and they slowly devoured him piece by piece, do you think it hurt? Was it one beast that ate Xiaoshen, or a pack? Did they start with his hands, or his feet, Or do they bite off his head first? Ah! At this, Tang Su lost control. She grabbed a cup from the nearby table and hurled it violently at Lin Yanyan. It missed. The cup crashed to the floor, shattering with a sharp sound. Looking at the broken glass scattered across the ground, Lin Yanyan's smile grew even more twisted. She stepped forward, her eyes glowing with sinister redness. Sister, don't forget to invite me to Xiaoshen's funeral. After all, he used to call me auntie. Get out! Tang Su screamed, smashing a chair beside her into Lin Yanyan. This time, Lin Yanyan didn't dodge in time. The chair hit her hard, stinging with pain. But the satisfaction flooding her heart was so great that she didn't care. She had come here to torment Tang Su, and she had succeeded beyond expectations. With her goal achieved, she had no reason to linger. Slowly, she pulled her gaze away from the bloodied rags in the box. That bastard child was finally dead. Died well. Letting out a loud laugh toward the sky, Lin Yanyan left Lu Lane, her heart light and joyful. After Lin Yanyan left, Tang Su could no longer contain her fragility. She tightly hugged the cardboard box, holding it for a while before summoning every ounce of strength to grab the blood-stained cloth fragments inside. They seemed to still carry traces of Xiaoshen's warmth. She pressed them fiercely against her chest, sobbing hoarsely. Xiaoshen, my Xiaoshen! After Xiaoshen was thrown off the cliff, Tang Su's health worsened. Still, she forced herself to hold a simple funeral for him. Beside Xiaoshen's grave, she left an empty plot. When her time came, she would be buried right next to him. After the funeral, Tang Su returned to Lu Lane. She wanted to carefully sort through Xiaoshen's belongings so she could take them with her when she was buried. While organizing his things, she discovered an exquisite black box. She had thought the box might contain some small toys or trinkets a child would keep. To her surprise, inside was instead a delicate little notebook, and written in it were Xiaoshen's final words. Mom, I know I'm very sick, and one day I will die. But there are so many things I still want to say to you, so I've written them all down in this notebook. Mom, the happiest thing in my life was being your son. You are the best, most wonderful mother in the world. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough. I keep getting sick. I know you've suffered so much for me, endured so much pain. It breaks my heart. Mom, I've been such a burden, always dragging you down. But if there's a next life, I want to be your child again. In the next life, I'll be healthy. I'll grow into a brave little man, strong and powerful, and I'll protect you from the storms. Most ordinary children at 3.5 can't read or write. But Xiaoshen was exceptionally gifted, and with the help of a kind teacher, Jing Mo, he had learned simple Chinese characters early on. After leaving the dungeon, his intelligence blossomed even further, and he taught himself many more characters. For those he couldn't write, he used pinyin instead. He had already become quite the little scholar. In this notebook, Xiaoshen poured out endless words, telling Tang Su to eat well, to take care of her health, to stay happy and not grieve for him. Speaking like a little adult. But above all, he kept repeating one thing. Don't love that bad man anymore. Tang Su knew the bad man he meant was Lu Huizhua. Mom, that bad man isn't worth your tears or sorrow. Mom, forget him. You're so wonderful. You'll surely find the best man in the world. Mom, when you find your true happiness, bring your new husband to visit me at my grave. I'll make sure he's good enough for you. Mom, only when you forget that bad man and live happily can I rest in peace beneath the ground. Mom, please be happy. Tang Su clutched the notebook, her vision blurring. Her Xiaoshen, how deeply he longed for her happiness. She didn't have many days left. But even if she only had one day to live, she wouldn't betray his hopes. She would smile, truly and bravely. So when they met again beneath the earth, she could tell him, Xiaoshen, Mom didn't let you down. As for Xiaoshen's wish that she stop loving Lu Huizhua, somehow, without even noticing, her love had already faded. Once, she believed Lu Huizhua was her forever, her entire world, her justice. But after countless doubts and wounds, she finally understood there is no such thing as eternal love in this world. That obsessive romance, it wasn't worth it anymore. Azwa, I don't love you anymore. I truly don't want to love you. Even if my life lasts only a single breath. I will never love you again, nor long for you. Tang Su was about to close the notebook when she noticed a few lines written on the back cover. Mo uncle, I miss you so much. Where did you go? Why don't you come see me and Mom? Mo uncle, I wish I could hear you sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star just once more. When I die, will you come to my grave and sing it for me one last time? Frantically, Tang Su shoved the notebook back into the box. She could no longer hold back, covering her mouth as quiet sobs racked her body. She had found Jing Mo again, but he was no longer the gentle man who once cradled Xiaoshen in his arms, singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star over and over until the boy fell asleep. The Jing Mo of the past had been incredibly kind to Xiao Shen, even more patient than she had been. Xiao Shen adored that song, but she thought it childish and refused to sing it. Only Jing Mo never tired of singing it for him. Jing Mo's voice had been so beautiful, deep, melodious. More enchanting than the finest cello music in the world. His voice had never changed. Yet now, that same voice could utter the cruelest words imaginable. Tang Su knew going to Jing Mo again would only bring her humiliation. But still, she wanted to fulfill Xiao Shen's final wish. Even if it cost her another finger, she would make him go to Xiao Shen's grave and sing, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star," just once. Resolved, Tang Su changed her clothes, grabbed her handbag, and headed to Jing Corporation Tower. The moment she opened the door of her small apartment, she saw Lu Huizhua standing outside. Stubble shadowed his jaw, dark circles hung beneath his eyes, as if he hadn't slept in days and nights. Yet even so, his legendary, once-in-a-thousand-years beauty remained untouched. Just standing there, he exuded an unmatched nobility and pride, untainted by the world. "Lu Huizhua, what are you doing here?" He stepped forward, gripping her small hand tightly. "Tang Su, I'm sorry. She laughed, cold, hollow. His voice pressed on. "Tang Su, I couldn't ignore Nian Nian's life or death. In that situation, I had to choose Nian Nian." Slowly, Tang Su lifted her face. The wound on her forehead had scabbed over, half hidden beneath her bangs, not clearly visible. But now, her expression was ghastly, fierce with anguish. "You couldn't ignore Lin Nian Nian's life or death, so my Xiao Shen had to die." For once, Lu Huizhua backed down. "Tang Su, I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry." Tang Su found it absurdly laughable. Her son's life, flesh and blood, torn from the cliff, devoured by beasts, dying in terror and despair, was repaid with nothing but this flippant apology. Who wanted it? "Get out!" Her eyes burned red as she shoved him away. "Lu Huizhua, get out! I never want to see you again in this life." Once, she had so many questions burning inside. Why did you kill our Xiao Shen? Is Lin Nian really more important than our own child? For example. But now, Tang Su realized all those words she'd stored up were utterly meaningless. She and Xiao Shen together weren't even as important to him as a single strand of Lin Nian's hair. Guilty, Lu Huizhua didn't stop her. He simply stood frozen, staring blankly at the direction she walked away. Free from his pursuit, Tang Su reached the underground garage of Jing Corporation Tower without issue. Coincidentally, the moment she entered, she spotted Jing Mo's car. And right now, he was actually sitting inside it. He crushed all her hopes to dust. Tang Su waved frantically at Jing Mo. "Jing Mo, do you even know? Xiao Shen is gone. You'll never hold him again, never sing 'Twinkle, twinkle, little star' to him again." She hadn't even spoken these words before her throat tightened with sobs. Eyes red and swollen, she rushed in front of Jing Mo's Lamborghini. "Jing Mo, can you please get out? I need to talk to you. Get lost." Jing Mo barely lifted his eyes. Those once gentle, forgiving eyes now held not a trace of warmth. Tang Su froze, momentarily robbed of her voice. She gasped several times, struggling to steady her tone. "Jing Mo, I really have something important to tell you. I came here not for myself, but for Xiao Shen." Fumbling through her bag, Tang Su pulled out a cherished photo of Xiao Shen and tremblingly held it up to Jing Mo's car window. "Jing Mo, look, this is Xiao Shen. I know you might have amnesia, but you used to love him so much. I don't believe you could forget him completely." The car window slowly rolled down. Tang Su's heart leapt, she knew it. Jing Mo couldn't possibly have forgotten everything. Their deep bond was etched into their bones. For years of reliance, of life and death together, how could that just vanish? "Jing Mo, Xiao Shen always wanted to see you," Tang Su said, handing him the photo. "He wants to hear you sing 'Twinkle, twinkle, little star' one more time." Seeing Jing Mo take the photo, Tang Su nearly burst with joy, until the next second, when every ounce of happiness plummeted straight into hell. Jing Mo glanced coldly at the photo, a contemptuous smirk curling his lips. With no hesitation, he gripped the photo and tore it apart, then threw the pieces away with force. Shreds of the photo fluttered to the ground, finally gathering around Tang Su's feet. She reached out desperately, trying to grasp something, anything, but caught only a tiny fragment the size of a fingernail. Like a soulless puppet, she dropped to her knees, clutching at the scattered pieces, carefully picking them up one by one. "Xiao Shen, my Xiao Shen." Only after collecting every last scrap did she gently place them into her handbag. Holding the bag close, she treasured it as if what she had gathered wasn't just a torn photo, but an irreplaceable treasure. "Jing Mo, you tore Xiao Shen's photo because you've forgotten us. I don't blame you." Tang Su's voice was hoarse, shattered, as if run over by wheels. Her gaze was hollow, tinged with broken resignation. "Jing Mo, I'm begging you, please fulfill Xiao Shen's final wish. Xiao Shen is gone, Her throat clenched painfully. Finding her voice felt impossible. Tang Su pressed her hands to her face, struggling to regain composure before she could speak again. Jingamo, Xiao Shen wants you to go to his grave and sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for him one last time. Ha! Jingamo let out a cold laugh, disgust flashing in his eyes. What trick are you pulling now, Tang Su? What? Isn't cutting off one of your fingers enough? Get lost! I told you, if you ever dare show your face to me again, I won't spare you. I won't go! Tang Su stood rigidly, defiant. Jingamo, this is Xiao Shen's last wish. Please, grant it to him. Just one song. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. If you'll only fulfill his final request, I'd willingly let you chop off both my hands and feet afterward. Jingamo stared at Tang Su, her eyes bloodshot, her despair raw. For some reason, seeing that shattered look in her eyes made his chest ache fiercely. The thought that he might feel pity for a shameless woman who clung to him again and again, who nearly killed his beloved Tang Tang, filled him with unprecedented irritation. Unwilling to look at her any longer, he coldly spat out a single cruel word and rolled up the window. Get lost! Jingamo, please, just go see Xiao Shen. The engine roared to life. Clearly, even if Tang Su stood in his way, Jingamo intended to drive forward. Tang Su sensed his intention, but she owed Xiao Shen too much. She wanted so desperately to fulfill his wish. She remained in front of the car, refusing to move. Seeing Tang Su's stubbornness, Jingamo slammed the accelerator, aiming to run her over. Jingamo, stop the car. Let's talk. The car sped past. At the last possible second, 2 security guards grabbed Tang Su from both sides, yanking her aside just in time to avoid being hit by Jingmo's Lamborghini. The younger guard sneered down at her, shoving her hard to the ground. Scram! Our young master already has a girlfriend. How shameless can you be, throwing yourself at him like this? He kicked her once in disgust before storming off, muttering curses. The older guard, however, looked at Tang Su with deep pity. Miss, get up quickly. Our young master has always been like this. He won't spare a glance for any woman except Miss Fong. You should stop degrading yourself. And stop giving us more work, too. After that, Tang Su heard nothing else the older guard said. She lay on the ground, dazed, letting pain wash over her body in waves, causing violent spasms. In a daze, Tang Su seemed to hear someone singing, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Light. But Xiao Shen, where is our light? Tang Su didn't know how she dragged her broken body back to Lu Lane. When she arrived, she coughed up a large mouthful of blood. She knew her last breath might come any day now. But before she died, she had to fulfill Xiao Shen's wish. Even if it was harder than climbing to the heavens, she would still crash into that wall one more time. The guards at Jing Corporation's underground garage remembered her now. Next time, she probably wouldn't even make it inside. She needed another way to see Jingmo. As she racked her brain for a plan, Tang Su suddenly noticed the golden-edged invitation card on her nightstand. It was an invitation to Haiching's Winter Night Charity Gala. Someone of her status would never receive such an invite. This had been given to her by Lin Yichen. He had said he'd take her and Xiao Shen to this grand event soon, to broaden Xiao Shen's horizons. They'd never get the chance to broaden Xiao Shen's horizons now. But this invitation could help her see Jingmo. Someone of Jingmo's status would surely attend such a prestigious event. The charity gala was held at the Splendor Grand Hotel. Tang Su tidied herself simply and headed to the venue. With the invitation, entry was easy. She had no interest in mingling with the elite crowd. She was here tonight for only one person, Jingmo. Not finding him in the main hall, Tang Su walked through the long corridors, searching. As she passed a dim, secluded side corridor, she suddenly heard voices, Lin Yanyan's and a man's.